On Sister Wives, Kody, Janelle, Meri, and more reveal how they took news of Garrison's death. News of son Garrison Brown's suicide blindsided the core cast of Sister Wives. One by one, on Sunday's episode of the TLC reality show, Father Kody Brown, his wife Robin and the women who used to consider him their husband, Meri, Janelle and Christine, told how they found out about Garrison's death. The cameras were trained on Meri Brown as she sat on a couch and prepared to talk about her birthday. "That's weird. Kody's calling me," she said, looking toward her phone and mentioning the man she had called her husband until January 2023. "Do you want to take it?" a crew member asked. "Nope," she replied. "He can text me if he needs me." "He's calling again," she said later, appearing annoyed. "I already texted him." Then she said, "He said it's an emergency." The crew called cut and she got on the phone. "What?" she asked. Then the picture dissolved into text. On March 5, 2024, Kody and Janelle's son Garrison passed away. Garrison, who was 25 when he died, was one of the former family's 18 children. He was found by younger brother Gabriel, Meri said. "It is with great sadness I confirm Mr. Robert Garrison Brown was located in his residence deceased, as a result of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound," police told the Times last March. Garrison's roommates and his brother Gabriel told police that Garrison had been struggling with a drinking problem and possible mental health issues. But Gabriel said his brother had started a job at a medical facility and seemed okay. "It was just this weird, surreal moment that's like, no, not one of our kids. They're not going to do that," Meri said later in the episode. "And I'm like, are you kidding me?" And he's like, "No." Robin, who was the last wife to join the previously polygamous group and is Kody's legal wife, said her husband looked really shocked when he came into the room where she was working. "I'm just trying to gather the details, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to be there for him, trying to register the shock myself. Trying to register what's going on myself," Robin said. "And he just fell apart." Christine, meanwhile, said she fell on the floor after getting a rare phone call from son Hunter, whose biological mom is Janelle. "He just said, Garrison killed himself. And I just fell on the floor in the office. We all knew that he was sad," she said, then trailed off, saying, "And then we all hoped that he would just," before going silent. Suicide prevention and crisis counseling resources. If you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts, seek help from a professional and call 988. The United States' first nationwide 3-digit mental health crisis hotline 988 will connect callers with trained mental health counselors. Text HOME to 741741 in the US and Canada to reach the crisis text line. Biological mom Janelle shed tears throughout her testimony. "So Gabriel had found him," she said. "He's like, Mom, he's gone." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "He's dead. He killed himself." Janelle said she didn't remember the next few minutes, but said through tears, "I got in the car and I drove." Garrison was introduced in 2010 during the debut season of the Sister Wives reality series, which chronicles the highs and lows of a polygamist family headed by Kody. The series has followed the family during its time living in Lehi, Utah, Las Vegas, and Flagstaff. Janelle, Meri, and Christine have ended their marriages to Kody, while Robin remains his legal wife. Although marriage to more than one individual at a time is not legally recognized in the United States, Kody has called his relationships with the women spiritual unions. Before his death, Garrison texted a group of people whom the family works with, writing, "I want to hate you for sharing the good times. But I can't. I miss these days." According to a police report, hearing about that message prompted Janelle to text Garrison, who was estranged from Dad Kody. They had a short conversation that ended abruptly. "He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him," Janelle posted on Instagram at the time. "His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away." Kody had just that kind of visceral reaction, he said in Sunday's episode. "The first moment the grief really clobbered me was when I was sitting down with daughter Gwendolyn holding her hand," he said. I look inside myself, I'm looking down my esophagus, in my imagination, and into my lungs. And I feel this sort of grief come up out of me. Everybody's silent. I think that Gwendolyn's sobbing and Robin's trying to console her. This grief comes out of me and I wailed. And that's when I think became really aware that this situation has gone down and it's just sort of unreconcilable. I just don't know what to do. I'm lost in this. He was a bright spot in the lives of all who knew him, Janelle posted on Instagram at the time. His loss will leave such a big hole in our lives that it takes our breath away. Kody had just that kind of visceral reaction, he said in Sunday's episode. The first moment the grief really clobbered me was when I was sitting down with daughter, Gwendolyn holding her hand, he said. I look inside myself, I'm looking down my esophagus, in my imagination, and into my lungs. And I feel this sort of grief come up out of me. Everybody's silent. I think that Gwendolyn's sobbing and Robin's trying to console her. This grief comes out of me and I wailed. And that's when I think became really aware that this situation has gone down and it's just sort of unreconcilable. I just don't know what to do. I'm lost in this. Sister Wives patriarch Kody Brown has been clear that his relationships with his older kids and his relationship with his remaining wife, Robin Brown, are currently separate, making it clear that he's pushing her out of that part of his life to make space for what he wants. Kody, who's the father of 18 children, has been dealing with issues with the majority of his kids for years. Despite the fact that he spent part of Sister Wives season 19's beginning swearing he was making amends with his kids when he wasn't, things seem to be changing for the patriarch. Despite Kody's divorces from Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Meri Brown seemingly coloring his children's perspectives of their father, he's been doing his best to keep Robin in the loop when it comes to his relationships with his kids. As his remaining wife, Kody's been confiding in Robin about the difficulties he's faced in his relationships with the kids, but he's also been open about how much they struggle with her being part of the outreach process. Kody's behavior hasn't been great over the years, but both he and the kids have tried to make an effort at staying close. This behavior has been a way for her to make sure that Kody is focused on her rather than any of his other marriages, children, or responsibilities. Sister Wives has been on the air for 19 seasons as of April 2025, though the stars and TLC execs have not revealed their income from the show. However, the Daily News reported that Kody, Robin, Meri, Janelle, and Christine earned $40,000 per episode in season 19. The latest season includes 24 episodes, meaning that each adult cast member will make approximately $960,000 for season 19. The cast of Sister Wives reportedly took a pay cut. The reality TV family earns about 10% of the show's per episode budget, according to Cheat Sheet. TLC reportedly spends around $250,000 to $400,000 on every episode, meaning the Brown family receives about $25,000 to $40,000 to split among them. It's estimated that the family has made somewhere around $3 million in total from filming alone since their series began in 2010, which equates to about $375,000 annually. While that seems like a lot of money, the Brown clan has over 20 members in it and most of Kody's wives have their own jobs on the side. That being said, it's been reported by multiple outlets that the Brown family actually took a pay cut years ago in order to keep their show on the air. After reportedly receiving low ratings for season 11, TLC allegedly canceled the reality show about the polygamous family, Soap Dirt reported. However, Kody haggled with the network to stay on the air. The My Four Wives alum reportedly even offered to do the show for the price of just one salary. It's unclear what the final deal ended up being, but Sister Wives is still cranking out seasons. Some fans wonder how such a large family is able to support themselves, specifically because they have lived in very large homes the entire time they've been in the public eye. What do the stars of Sister Wives do for work? While Kody has been vague about his employment history, he previously worked as a salesman before finding reality TV fame. As for his former wives, Meri owns a bed and breakfast called Lizzie's Heritage Inn in Utah and is an independent LuLaRoe fashion retailer. Janelle is a certified health coach. As for Christine, she launched a legal business, Brown Quest LLC, in May 2020 and also sells products for LuLaRoe. Additionally, Christine is set to release her memoir, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, in September 2025. Meanwhile, Janelle and Christine both work with the brand Plexus. In September 2021, the women explained they partnered with a company that supports weight management and nutrition by using personal care products and dietary supplements. Both Janelle and Christine regularly promote the brand via their social media posts and often pose for photos with the products together. Kody's last remaining wife, Robin, previously ran their online store, My Sister Wives Closet.